What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best music podcast, talking about everything brutal, new death, hard, slam, grind, thrashcore, and metal. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I got my partner in crime, the notorious TIM. Tim, how is it going?
Great, man. Loving it.
And joining us once again, we got our tech issues sorting out. Joining us once again, our irregular regular at this point, Mr. Lance Collier, bassist from the band Downthesun, and now Gurney. Lance, how's it going?
What's up, fellas? Man,
well, we are glad to have you, dude. We're glad to have you.
We're already on a good note, Jay. You got the name right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it out right. So, Lance, I will tell you this. Not 10 minutes before this conversation, I was talking to a guy by the name of Brian Paone. He wrote a book on his involvement with the band God Lives Underwater. He was a big fan. He was also a musician, and he's my age. So we were rapping about music and stuff. And I said, "Well, look, buddy, I got to go, because I have an interview we're doing right now. I'm actually sitting down with Lance, the bassist from Downthesun." And he stopped and he went, "Are you fucking kidding me? Downthesun?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, I was just listening to that the other day." He goes, that band was amazing. He goes, "They were another one of those bands that they were awesome. It should have been huge." And I just started laughing. I'm like, "Dude, I should have you hop into this WebEx with us, because it really is true." Small world, dude. It's a small world. Right. So, Lance, let's start out. Can we start out talking about Gurney? Because I was listening to it, man. That is some good shit. I mean, how would you describe it, Lance? Because there's a lot of genres in there, and I love it. But is it closer to black metal? Is it closer to how would you describe it?
What I call it is stoner sludge death doom.
That works.
I mean, it's kind of got a lot of all of that in there, and that's kind of, I don't know, man. I mean, it's the vocals are definitely death metal. So I don't know, it's just heavy, man. We're trying to be just, we went in our drummer's basement and just recorded it live. It's really raw. I mean, it's just, we're trying to, I don't know. Everything's so overproduced nowadays, man. It is, and it's so, they've taken the human, element out of music, man. And so we just trying to do it different,
Yeah.
Literally what I was just talking about the other day. I'm so sick of overproduced death metal.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear it. I want it back to the 90s, man, when Suffocation was putting out them records that just sounded like pure filth coming out of the speaker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're gross, and I don't know. I'm really enjoying it, man. And we're recording. We're getting ready to release another track on 420, of course, and and go from there. We're probably going to be starting to play some shows soon. We got some merch. I mean, we're doing it, DIY all the way to the recording. I mean, it's everything. We're doing it ourselves.
Well, you know what, dude? And the name of the band, you have to be gross, with the recording, because it's a good name, man. So if you come out sounding like the new Lorna Shore, it's kind of like,
yeah. I don't know. We're just.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're just trying to be different, do it different, and kind of bring that human element back to music, and where it's not perfect, man, because to me music's not perfect, man, and it's just gotten to where everything is just, I mean, perfect, and it's not real.
No, when they snap it to the grid, it's not. Your ear hears it, and you're like, I love those drummers that can gravity blast. I love those guys that can do like 400 BPM stuff. It's awesome. Yeah. But they're playing so fast that in order to make it sound good, you have to make it almost clinical. And it takes away something from it. Like Tim and I talk about all the time, Dave Lombardo, he was sloppy as hell. But that's what made him, and Igor Cavalera, that was what made him great to listen to.
Absolutely, man.
Human.
You go back and listen to isolated tracks of Jimmy Page, dude. I mean, and that's what the beauty of it is because once everything's layered and text, I mean, it's just, that's what makes it that. And we're missing that, and nothing against any of these bands. They're great, but I just want to do something different, where it's not so sterile, and I don't know, man. So we're having fun, and it's heavy as shit, and we're gonna do it and do it all ourselves, and just kind of go against the grain, of what's going on now, like, fuck you, we're gonna do it all ourselves, everything, have complete control, and we're gonna do exactly what we want to do.
Are they all local to you, Lance? Like, are you guys all close? Like, you're not swapping stems over the internet. Like, you're all close.
No. The drummer's like 9 minutes from me. The other two guys live 20 minutes away. We're all in KC, so it's great, man. We get together 3 times a week, and we're recording at our leisure, and it's just great, man. It's there's no time constraints, there's nothing, man. It's just,
that's the best
part. Just work at it. Yeah.
So the worst part about death metal these days is even the technical metalcore stuff. Excuse me. Some of these dudes can't play the shit live.
Right.
So they rely on backing tracks, and in the studio, even the solos are like, you're hitting stop record, and then you're all right, do the other measure of the solo. It's like, bro, if you can't play that shit in one take, don't put it on fucking tape.
Dude, that's what we did. That's one take shit, bro. I mean, except vocals, but he came in, but the drummer, guitar, and bass, that's bam. I mean, there's no Pro Tools, none of that shit, man. It's just one take. That's what you got. It's not perfect, but it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. There's a band I will not name on record because I don't want to narc them out, but I saw them play a festival, and their drummer was terrible. Like, he wasn't just sloppy, he was terrible. And I'm like, I got through 2 songs, and I wanted to go up and be like, yo, you need me to fill in? Like, I don't play drums. But I can't be as bad as this dude. So why don't you let me take a hatchet to it? Because, man, it was terrible.
Well, you're going to tell us that after the recording stops.
Yep. I will tell you after you record. So let me ask you, Lance. So you guys are working on Gurney.
Yes.
Are you messing around with anything else? Like, most musicians have like 2 or 3 projects where they're always like, well, I'm doing this thing, and I'm maybe doing this, and maybe I'm doing this. And anything else?
No, man, I feel like that. No, it's hard for me to go and spread myself out like that, because I go all or nothing, and that's just the way I am. So if I'm all in on Gurney, like, this is what I'm doing, and that's that. I really don't have anything else going on.
Okay.
And I really don't have any interest right now. I mean, I'm really into this, and we're having a great time. Great dudes, man. And, it's all guys, I know these guys from the past, our bands up and coming played together. And so it's really cool to, reunite with some of these dudes. And we're having a blast.
Are you doing live shows, Lance?
Yeah. What's
that? Are you doing live shows? Are you playing
Not
out?
Yet.
Okay.
We're almost ready. I mean, we got 9 songs.
Oh, wow.
And we're writing, we got one we just wrote. So we're just gonna like record and probably release a song a month, maybe 2. Like on Bandcamp. I don't know if we'll do an official release. We'll see what happens, but we're just having fun recording and learning how to do that shit, So it's fun, man. And we have complete control, and it's very different than my experience with Roadrunner. And it's, I don't know, man, I love it. So
yeah, it's 3 days later. You guys got the record ready? What?
Well, yeah, man. It's just, everything is, I don't know, man. When the business gets involved with art, it fucks it all up. You hear it, we all feel it, we've all seen it. And, I don't want to go through that again, man. And there's just a lot of shit tied to it after the fact too, man. You're, for a certain period of time, Roadrunner or whoever has first rights to anything you do musically for a certain amount of years after you're off the label. It's like,
Oh yeah, so you got to buy the master back, and
yeah,
fuck
man.
that.
I mean, I'm trying, like, I don't know if I told you last time, but I'm trying, my entertainment lawyer, we're trying to get the masters back from Downthesun. I don't think it'll ever happen, but you got to try, man, you know,
Right.
and so we're trying, and I mean, they're not doing shit with it. What do you care?
I was just gonna say that. That would be my first question. Do you plan on reissuing this at any time?
Dude,
No. Then give me the masters.
If I got the masters back, I would definitely. I want it on vinyl, man.
Dude, you know how many people? Listen, man.
Oh,
That's a good segue right here. Do you know how fucking big that episode was, dude? We get messages till this day, like, "Yo, man, thank you so fucking much for having him on." And I'm like, "Yo, man, fucking like he sees a shit. Thank him as well for his time, dude. Like, believe me,
Dude,
man."
you know what, man? It blows my mind that many people are interested. And, you know, like I said, I was blown away when you guys asked me because, you know, man, we've been gone a long time, but dude, it really makes me appreciate that album and what we did. And it gives me the fire back to do this new shit. Like, man, I want to do it again because there's so much still in me and all the other dudes and Downthesun. I mean, I hope they're doing shit, you know, because
Yeah.
it's a shame. And you know, the business got in the way of it, dude. That's what happened, man. And you know, I could go on and on. We could have episode after episode over, you know, how it went down, but you know, we're not the only ones, and but it sucks because we really, I felt like had a legitimate shot, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got cut way short, and so you know it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm blown away at the response. And
Well, here, listen to this. So we have 131 episodes. You're 132 right now. Out of the 131 on YouTube, you're the number 2 most listened to episode, and in audio, you're the number 1.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, we get hit up constantly, man. Like, "Yo, man, can you ask him to do another record?" I'm like, he's on the YouTube. Ask him.
Well, you know, I get those messages on Facebook, and man, it breaks my heart that I can't give that to him, man, because you know, but honestly, dude, it wouldn't be that. I mean, that was a moment captured in time, man, and unfortunately it's gone. And that's what it is, man, and that's what we got, you know. And it's forever. But you know, we just there's just been too much time gone by. There's guys that aren't even, you know, like Church, man. Like he's a tattoo artist now, does great, but he's like out, man. He's got 3 kids. You know, I don't even know if he could even recreate what we did on that record to even play it live now. I mean, that equipment's pretty much obsolete now, you know, the shit we used for the electronics.
I don't remember if I asked you last time. Was Church didn't have anything to do with Mushroom Head, did he?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
No, man. Our only deal with Mushroom Head was we got offered a tour with them one time. And I turned it down because of our allegiance with Slipknot, because they had the beef. And I'm like, man, that's our bros. I can't do that. That's like spitting in their face. But I love Mushroom Head's music, you know, but again, you gotta pick I'm a loyal motherfucker, man. That's just how I roll. And those were my boys. And same with Limp Bizkit, man. Fred Durst was blowing me up trying to sign my band before we signed with Roadrunner, after when Maggot Records, you know, folded after 9/11 and London Sire dumped the Slipknot's label. We were open, and Fred was all over my shit, man. But again, they had beef with my boys, you know. I'm like, no. So we went with Roadrunner and the Slipknot camp, and you know, whatever's happened between us is between us. But you know, like I said before, bro, they gave me my opportunity, and I'll forever be grateful. Period. you know?
Right. There's something to be said about loyalty. There's something to be said about that.
Right. You know, and I'll never air our dirty laundry because that's just bullshit, man. That's between us, man. You know, like, you know what I mean? It just makes you look stupid. And, you know, it's really bottom line, we're bros, you know, and, you know, family, you have your squabbles and your disagreements. And a lot of time when business and family gets involved, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, because these days you say one thing, then Metal Injection picks it up and they totally swerve the headline for clicks. And then they just make up bullshit. It's like every other fucking news outlet around here. You know
dude,
I mean?
It's even worse in the last 2 years than I've ever seen it. So, again, you got to really be careful what you say, man. And
oh my God, yeah, dude.
So
it's horrible, dude. But I mean, like you said, though, I mean, at the time it was, you know, you guys were hitting at that time. So if you do it again, is it going to happen again? You never know. So.
No, there is. I'm sorry, but there's nothing worse than a band that gets back together and tries to find the spark.
Yeah,
and it falls flat because the road is littered with bands that have tried to do that, and you know, not everybody can be. I don't know what's a good example. I don't know, like Failure, or even Refused. That comeback album from Refused was awesome.
Right.
And the second one was like. Oh, Tim. Yeah, Tim's taste. Tim is sitting on his taste right now. But not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. So
yeah, you know, and I feel like that it was such a great album. I mean, just let it be what it is. And like you said, I think that I've seen it too many times where they try to, and we've got offers, man. I get offers all the time. Hey, man, I'm like, dude, it's done. Like. You know, I always say, well, you never know, but dude, honestly, it's done, man. It really is. I've never really ever said that, but it is, man. I mean,
like you said, everybody has moved on to their lives, right? I mean,
well, and you know, I haven't said this publicly because I don't have all the details, but last I heard, Satan's pretty sick, man. And so I don't know, you know, I can't say much because I don't want to speak out.
Right. You don't want to speak on anybody's behalf. Yeah.
But he's not doing great. And just, I don't know, man. Sorry, guys. Enjoy the record. You know, I love it that people are still interested and really respect what we did, because that's what means more to me than anything. You can fuck the Billboard charts and all the number, all whatever, man. Like, you know, I mean, it speaks for itself, bro. I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, there was an interest, man, and so that makes me feel good. It's almost like getting some redemption, you know?
Yeah.
So, and you know what?
It's funny because a lot of people were like, yeah, I just typed, I wanted to listen to the record on YouTube. And then like the second thing down is your interview. And I'm like, fuck the record. I'm listening to the interview. Like that happens a lot for people. It's cool. It's cool to see, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it really
man.
is.
I'm happy for you guys, man, because I love you guys and your show. And, you know, I brought a few people, you know, so.
Absolutely,
man.
Absolutely.
You know, and you put me back out there, man. So this is awesome, dude. You know, we're talking about Gurney, and hopefully some of those Down the Sun people will listen to that and say, all right, man, you know, I mean, it's different. It's not Down the Sun, but it's heavy and it's gross, and it's, you know, it has some of those characteristics that Down the Sun had,
which was also gross at times.
Yes.
And uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's the main thing we talked about last time. Very uncomfortable.
Yep.
Yes. So that's what we do.
Lance, I'd be remiss. I'm sorry, Tim. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, right? Because with everybody pinging us, they were all asking, hey, did you guys ever record a second album? Ask Lance if they ever recorded anything. I know you guys were thinking about it. Did you ever make any headway? And are those are they lost to the sands of time, Lance? Is that another one of those things?
Church and I tried to continue Down the Sun after the fact. And there are a few recordings of some songs of that. And I seem to think that there may be some floating around on the internet, but I have a copy and I haven't released it yet because, again, it's not Down the Sun.
Right.
It's very Down the Sun-ish. I mean, it could pass, but it's not Aaron and Satone. So to me, and I always said, if it's not all of us, it's none of us. So,
which is another reputable way to think about it, right? Like, I mean, Tim and I were joking about what band was it? There was a band that none of the new members are left, but they're still touring and recording. And who was it? Chelsea Grin. Chelsea Grin. And that new album is really good. I'll give them credit. That new album is really good. But they're like the ship of Theseus of deathcore bands, where not one original member remains, but they're still cranking out stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta make a living, man.
I try to that's just who I am. I try to do everything with integrity, and again, it's not about the money. I mean, dude, I could have kept, we could have kept it going and capitalized on, but man, that's bullshit, dude. I hate that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I have to get up and look at myself in the mirror every day. Like, no, I'm just not that kind of dude. So
right.
I can't do it, man.
Oh, because there's bands that would take that opportunity in a second. Let's put these on Bandcamp real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's just like, whatever. I'm just not that way, dude. I can't do it.
Well,
no, it's honorable.
I can say when this episode comes out, the Gmail is going to be going crazy. Like, did you get them songs?
Yeah, right. If I won't tell anybody if he sent them to you and you send them to me, I won't tell anybody. It's like, come on.
Right.
I will say this. If I ever do release them, it'll be on your show. How about that?
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Awesome, dude.
That would be awesome.
All right.
Lance, I did want to ask you, like, slightly off topic, what are some of the other bands that you're listening to lately? Some of the stuff that you're checking out that you're like, this is good. People should be checking this out. They should be listening to this. Have you listened to anything lately that's caught your ear?
Bro, honestly, I haven't listened to anything except what I'm doing. I've had a really rough couple weeks. I had to put my dog down.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that, man.
That's tough, bro. I think somebody poisoned his ass. So that's got me kind of...
Christ.
Yeah, dude, it's got me kind of thinking a certain way. So I've really had to check myself, man, because I get to looking at my neighbors cross-eyed and wondering, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I just can't believe we have human beings on this fucking planet like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sit well with me. And so...
Yeah, condolences to you and your family, man, because that's Tim and I are both dog lovers. I've got a whole crew here, and it's tough, and it's not easy. People are like, oh, it's just a pet. No, you don't fucking get it. If you can say it's just a pet, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Dude. And I was having to like hand feed him. I was having to give him syringes of water. I was having to give him fluids up underneath the skin 4 times a day. I mean, dude,
that's tough, man.
And it was brutal. So that was just 2 weeks ago. So it's been, I don't know, man.
It's still fresh. Yeah.
But I try to I don't listen to anything that's popular or out there. I go to Bandcamp. I try to find unsigned. I'm digging deep, like way off the path, man, because I don't know. I just don't really, everything sounds the same, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing the same shit, tuning the same. Now every bass player is playing that dark glass shit. It sounds great.
Literally just going to say that.
Same, dude. Like, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm old. I am old, but I don't know, dude.
What happened to the Ampeg?
Check this out, dude. I got a green Mad Amp bass amp coming.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
You know how loud that's gonna fucking be?
bro, and I got 2 Emperor cabs coming. Dude, it's gonna, and our guitar player, he can hang with Matt Pike as far as gear. It's insane, dude.
What's he? So if he's playing, he's going to be playing in orange, I'm assuming.
No, he plays. Shit, he's got 3 green Mad amps.
Oh my god.
2 Mesa boogies. He ordered an Emperor head. He's got like 6 heads coming. He's already got 4 412s. He's gonna play through a 215 guitar cabinet and a 412 bass cabinet.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna be running a 215 bass cabinet, a 412 bass cabinet, and an 810 orange cabinet.
Are you guys trying to set a Guinness World Record?
Well, we kind of want to be the fucking, Motorhead dipped in molasses, man.
There you go.
For the guy who's not a musician, what is a dark glass? Is that a type of guitar? Is it a effect? What is it?
It's a preamp pedal.
Yeah, and they're making cabinets now and heads. It's the new bass tone that a lot of these deathcore bands are using. It sounds great, man, but it's just, they're all, I don't know, man.
If everybody's using it, everybody sounds the same.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And the crazy part is, Jay, I could share my screen and pull up the plugin for you. I have it. I mean, because I fuck with it. It's like Lance said, it sounds fucking amazing.
Oh, it's great,
but
dude. Great.
Everybody uses it.
Pedal.
Yeah.
I have a dark glass pedal. This one right here. Hang on.
Is it the BX7?
The Alpha.
Oh, there you
Omicron.
Go. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and it kicks ass, but for what I'm doing, no.
It's too clean.
Yeah, it's too clean.
Yeah.
It's got a great tone, though, and I love the bite, the grit.
The distortion on them things sound amazing, though.
Yeah. I'm running an old Russian green muff. And
Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking, dude, it's disgusting.
I'm trying to find a way to have Jay understand what it sounds like. Remember when you seen Fuming Mouth and how loud it was? And
yes.
Yeah, picture a bunch of like orange heads that are just topped out and yeah,
because
the older ones sound even better, I think.
I told Tim Lance, whenever I go to a show, the band is loading in and they're getting ready. It's one of the openers, and I see somebody with an orange head. My first thought is, fuck, my earplugs are not going to work.
Yeah, dude.
And Fuming Mouth was the best example. They came out, and I saw them in a coffee shop that was like this wide, and I'm going, oh no. And it was so amazingly loud. Like, it's another level.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, that's what we're just gonna melt your face, man.
That's where the gross part comes, yeah.
Oh, dude, and just like that song, A Coffin Cough, that first line, he's like buried alive. You're just like, fuck. It's so fucking. So yeah, man, I'm really digging it.
But I want to get into what you're talking about, though, about how everyone uses the same samples and all that shit. Because, like, do you think it comes to a point where, like, see, you're from the old school where, like, 2000s, the records had their own like being and ego, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like you're 100% correct. And me and Jay have talked about this many of times, but like you put a record on and you're like, it just sounds exactly the fucking same. Like it's so compressed, and it's like, like geez, like as soon as you said you guys did it live, I respect that, man, because you never get people who do it anymore.
No,
I like that tape sound, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's literally just a few mics. I mean, it's as raw as you can get. It's like we're in the jam room and we recorded it. That's it.
Yeah. If it comes out and it sounds great that way, then you got yourself the perfect product in my eyes. Because don't get me wrong, every now and then when the music calls for it, I like overproduce stuff. Like if you listen to, say, Born of Osiris, You want it to be
Yes.
overproduced because that's the way
Yes.
the band sounds.
Right.
But when you get a death metal doom project, I don't want to hear a clicky ass sampled kick drum.
Right.
No, dude, it's about the power and the destruction and the just fucking just gross, just that's
Yeah, I want to think something's broken. Like I want to
yeah.
think my speakers are broken. Like what
Yeah.
what is that doing? Yeah.
Picture Primitive Man and has a recording like Born of Osiris. You wouldn't like it because it would just sound stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's put some fucking what's that auto tune on Ethan's voice? You would be like, what the fuck is this?
And so you're familiar with Primitive Man, Lance? Have you heard them?
Yeah.
Funniest story. So I went to Psycho Las Vegas last year, and they were playing in the one room, and I'm standing there with my buddy, and I look over, and the lead singer from Soft Kill is standing next to me. You know, they do that like that what is it, like synthwave, like revival stuff? Great band. So we're watching Primitive Man, and Ethan is just howling. And everybody in the room is visibly uncomfortable. And at one point, I look over, and the lead singer of Soft Kill is standing there, and he goes, and he leaves the room. He just turns around and walks out. I'm like, brother, I feel you, because this is just gravely uncomfortable to try and sit.
Exactly, man. Yeah, like mentally disturbing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like when you listen to Full of Hell, it's like you feel like hell is coming out of your speaker. That's the shit I like right now.
Right. That's why I love our band name, Gurney. I mean,
hell yeah.
Bro, like, you know, you're going to get hauled out of here in a fucking gurney. You're gonna learn the gurn.
Coroner on fucking standby and shit.
Oh shit, man.
There's something to be said for that type of music, right? Like so Lance, long term, are you eventually thinking about maybe putting a tour together? Maybe something in your neck of the woods, maybe southeast? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that if we do something, it'll be like mini tours. Like we'll go, you know, like maybe do 7 days on the East Coast up in your area, you know, come home for a while, go out west, do 8-10 days, come home, do a Midwest thing. Because again, it's all do it yourself, and you know, we have jobs and shit. So
yeah,
you know, but yeah, we plan on getting out there, and hopefully we may be able to get on some of these East Coast Doom festivals, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
What's the one that's in Maryland right now, Jay? It's not MDF anymore, is it?
No, it's not. It's not Maryland Death Fest. It's like the Extreme something in the harbor. It's basically the same type of bands you would see at Maryland Death Fest, but it's in the harbor. Which is, and the funny thing is, it's the same weekend, Maryland Death Festival. It's the same weekend, I think, as the Metal Massacre that Jamie Jost is doing over in, was that the Midwest somewhere? What's it called?
Oh, Milwaukee
Metal Fest. It's that same weekend.
Okay.
And I think it's the same weekend as that new metal festival, Sick New World, out in Vegas. I think they're all the same weekend. So like, that's kind of rough, man, to spread. You know, I would think it's like releasing albums where you don't want to do it on top of some, like if I knew Slipknot's new album's coming out Tuesday, I'm not releasing my shit that same day. It's going to get lost.
Yeah. For the next several weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's like, don't even put a single out that day.
No, man.
Just let it wait.
Yeah, man. Just stay touring for a while because this one's going to be hot for a minute. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or know Scott Harrington, the dude that runs Salt of the Earth Records.
No.
He's out of Connecticut. He does a big Doom festival up in that area too. So hopefully, I don't know. We're gonna get out there, man.
That's it. Doom is one of them genres that was like very like, especially in like the early 2000s, that like you really didn't hear much about. But I feel like now it's fucking huge, man. Like I think like the whole internet being as big as it is, where you could just put your music out. I think you're starting to see like a lot of bands like that coming out and getting popular too. Like, what's that band on? Oh God, did they have a really long name? It's like something in the woods or some shit.
Wolves in the Throne Room?
No, they had they have a record called like
Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean.
no, it's like a record. It's like something like in a burning house or some shit. They're fucking so sick though. I'll find it in my music while we're talking. But
you know what I think of when I think of Doom? Modern Bell Witch.
Yeah.
And I mean, you want to talk about the most amazing album art? Like that shit is insane.
Yeah, but like I was saying though, a lot of that music, man, is like I think it didn't really click in the early 2000s because like that was like the height of like the glammy metalcore. So everybody had the studded belts, and you always had the people. You always had them weird sideshows where people were just playing the most sadistic shit, but it didn't click because everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because even death metal right back then wasn't big.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
it's big now, man. I mean, and so I think that again, people have been really on this death metal thing and everything so fast and chaotic. We're trying to go the opposite way and slow it down. And I think that there's people, that are going to catch on to that because it's different.
Yeah.
And it's just as heavy, but it's different.
You could be heavy at half speed.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes
people don't realize that
heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're just like, fuck, dude.
I mean, the ultimate epitome is Sun.
Yeah,
right? Like they are probably the heaviest band on the planet, and one chord every like 30 bars, 32 bars. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah. That shit. If you ever can't go to the bathroom, forget taking like X-Lax. Right? Just or whatever. Just go to a Sun show and wait 20 minutes. Total reset.
I just want Matt Pike to like my band, dude. If he's a fan of Gurney, it's like, all right, bro, we're down.
Dude, that is such a hard fucking name, dude. I love that shit.
Tim keeps coming back to it.
Our guitar player hates it. He came up with the fucking name.
What? No, tell him he's wrong. That name.
Yeah, I told him. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? I said the logo kicks ass. The fucking it's already there. Like our merch is killer, dude, and we got the patches and all the shit, and we're getting hats, and we're gonna have it all, man, and just go out and do it, man.
That's a new thing that's a thing that's coming back too. Is the battle jackets are coming back?
Yep. And if you look at Pull the Plug from Australia, they make amazing stuff.
Here's
like already patched.
Look at that.
Yeah, see, even the logo looks like a stoner rock band.
And we got pins.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're doing it.
It's awesome.
See, you're the type of band that only puts the vinyl out on black, though, right?
Yeah, we talked about it. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
We talked about maybe doing a few like a weird splash or some shit, like I don't know, with
like a blood splatter.
Yeah. But for the most part, man, it's just gonna be just straight low budge. It is what it is, but it will be on vinyl.
Oh yeah, and it'll sound even better on vinyl. You'll have that warmth right there.
Yeah.
Shake my house apart.
Hell yeah, dude. But
cats and dogs all go running for the hills like, yo, what is this?
But we keep coming back to it. It's what's missing these days, man. It really is, dude. And like I said, some stuff calls for overproduction. Some stuff just keep it raw, man.
Well, like our music, we're not playing earth-shattering, technical riffs. I mean, it's all about the power, the emotion, and the rawness, and it does not require production, dude. Just let it be what it is, let it breathe, and let it fucking make you sick, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you two bands right now. I want you to write down. I know you're not listening to new stuff, but I want you to listen to these two bands.
Gotcha.
The first one is called Nightmare. So Nightmare.
Okay.
They're out of Seattle, Portland area, so that's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
And then the other one is called Blindfolded and Led to the Woods.
Blindfolded and Led to the Woods.
They're putting a new record out soon, but check out the one before that and check out the new tracks. That shit is fucking sick, dude.
Right on.
That is
It's not exactly
a fucking name.
It's not exactly doomish. It has some
Yeah.
elements, but it is so fucking disgusting, man. Like it's like that Thinking Man's brutal shit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You
But
know,
it's really
I
good
feel
stuff,
like,
dude.
I feel like Gurney can play with a array of different heavy bands. I mean, so
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, well, you know, the Bills are coming back where they're mixed as well. So I mean, because
What
around here
was-
you're seeing pop punk bands play with hardcore and
Right.
Yeah.
and you know.
But what was the name of that show, Tim? They did it at Underground Arts. It was like Subterranean Something Fest. But Lance, it was Kaunashi, it was Imperial Triumphant, it was Liturgy, it was all that Sunrot, all these real John Frum, Umbra Vitae, all this really dark shit. And that wasn't all the same genre. They were crossing a cognitive played. And for all there were two people that went and they said, yo, it was kind of insane to see all this stuff together. Like it all fits, like all
That's
those different
cool,
things,
man.
they all fit together. So that's coming back. The mixed bills and the hey, it doesn't need to be like 7 hardcore bands all at the same time. It's coming back.
That's good, man. Because I mean, people want variety, man. You know, the attention spans of humans nowadays is a fucking not even 10 seconds. So you know, it makes sense. Like,
Right. We have become the Twitter generation. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
It's kind of terrible.
Hey, Tim.
Yo.
Hey, man, I didn't wear my hat.
Oh God, here we go.
Hey, I had to bring it up, man.
Listen, man. Yeah, let me tell you about the Super Bowl for me here. I woke up the day. All right, so as an Eagles fan, 2017 and this year was the best seasons of my life.
Right.
I'm 39, so
Right.
we've had a couple good ones. This was the greatest season ever, man. I was so fucking hyped for that Super Bowl. I was like, we're winning. There's no one's stopping us. I don't give a fuck about Patrick Mahomes. Anyway,
yeah.
I wake up that day. As soon as I open my fucking eyes, I have a glaring toothache, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. Of all fucking days, why today? I watched the Super Bowl in immense fucking pain with a whole fucking house full of people. And when they lost, man, it crushed me, dude. Crushed me.
Hey, man, I have a really good friend of mine that lives in Philly, and I've been telling him all year. I'm like, bro, I said, you guys are for real. And he's like, nah, fucking, he wasn't sold, man. He's like, Jalen Hurts, and I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be KC and Philly in the Super Bowl. And he's like, nah, you're full of shit. So the day of the Super Bowl, he's like, all right, man. Yeah, it's happening. And I really thought we were in trouble, man, you know, because Pat was hurt, dude. And I wish that one call wouldn't have went down because, you know, I hate that that's a variable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, bro, I'm serious, man. Philly, I don't see how Jalen Hurts, other than that fumble, which really wasn't his fault. He played a flawless game, man.
Flawless.
I mean, dude, both teams. I mean, it was a great Super Bowl. I know you guys lost. I know you're disappointed. I would have been too, but it was an absolute great game.
It was a good game to watch. As a fan, it was a good game. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't a 10-7 defensive stand game. It was an exciting game to watch. It was,
dude. And I don't think it's over. I mean, we're going to see each other again. And, dude, it was I don't know. It was a great game.
I think we're going to see a Sunday night game because we're playing you guys again this year. So I think we're going to see a Sunday night or a Monday nighter.
Yeah, I think you're playing this here.
Yep. Yeah, we're coming there. Yep. But dude, I honestly think, man, if that fumble doesn't happen, we beat you guys by a touchdown.
I know, dude.
They were just too good that game, man. I was crushed, dude.
I know, man. Dude, believe me, I know. And it was amazing. Like, you're right. I mean, it could have gone either way, all the way to the last second. Each team deserved it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I could not believe our offensive line held your defensive line all game with no sack. That blew my fucking mind, dude.
I was punching the air. I was so mad. I'm like, how the fuck does the team with the most sacks this year not get one?
I was so worried. I'm like, dude, they're gonna kill Patrick because he's hurt, man. Like it's only gonna take one time. He's done, bro.
Let's be honest here, though. They gave him some shit at halftime because he came out happy as fuck.
Well, yeah, they dosed him up. Whatever, it worked, man.
He was feeling that shit next Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think he walked right for 2 weeks after that, man. He went into hiding. But no, it was exciting, man. And we got the NFL draft. We're hosting it here in Kansas City.
Okay. Shit. Nice.
Yeah.
You going to go to that?
I might, man, because it's free. Like, they're letting everybody go down there. So it's going to be, they're expecting like 500,000 people.
God damn. The Philly one was crazy.
I was going to ask you, Tim, did you go to the Philly one?
It was crazy here. There was there was people parked like in other fucking towns and taking, it was crazy, dude.
Dude, one of my next door neighbor, he lives across from me, man. He's from Philadelphia. And he asked me, he saw me like a few days before the Super Bowl. He's like, hey, bro. He goes, if we beat you, you're not going to fuck anything up over here, are you? And I said, I just laughed at him. I said, nah, man, we're not like that out here, but I appreciate you asking. I said, you're not going to fuck any of my shit up, are you?
No, I'd be scared to do that if I'm in KC. Fuck that.
Yeah, right.
Nah.
No, dude, they just burn everything down over here. Fuck
yeah,
that.
in Philly, it's like, oh, we won. Let's riot. We lost. Let's riot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys are notorious, man, and the fans. But I'll be honest with you, man, the rudest fans that I've encountered out of all our guests have been Cincinnati fans.
Wow, really?
Yes, dude. Like Buffalo, they are so awesome. Everyone's been great, but Cincinnati, sorry if there's any Cincinnati people out there, but you guys are rude.
Is it you think it's like a Midwest rivalry?
I think so, man. But you know what? We don't run our, like, I don't know, man. We don't really run our mouth. Travis Kelce does a little, but, even as a fan, like I remember when Buffalo, that game, man, when it was just back and forth. Remember that 2 years ago, Buffalo, KC? And they were crushed, man. And I'm like, dude, that was the best football game I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. It was
good. Just like Philly, man. You lost, but dude, y'all played like, other than those 2 corn dog plays that y'all got burnt on.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was a flawless game, dude. Jalen Hurts, bro. That dude's for real.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd dude, don't get me wrong. I'm like your friend that's from Philly. At the beginning of the year, I didn't have no faith in him. But as it went on, I'm like, this dude's legit. I eat my words. He's legit.
Well, he's lived in Philly his whole life, like you. And he's like, I've seen it too many times.
Yeah. That's a Philly fan thing. That's a Philly fan thing.
Well, right. the bad thing is the Phillies crushed everybody from losing. And then the Eagles, they crushed everybody. So it's like a double fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. And then the World Cup team, not the World Cup team, the MLS team lost in the finals.
Yeah.
And then you had the Sixers kind of flamed out. And whenever I think of the Phillies fans, I think of the scene in the movie Major League where there's the 2 Japanese groundskeepers and you have all the fans saying, these guys are pretty good. These guys are pretty good. And they cut to the Japanese groundskeepers. And the groundskeeper goes, the one guy goes, yeah, I think they're winning some games. The other guy goes, yeah, but they're still shit. Like, that's what I think of as a Philly fan, right? Like,
yeah.
It's funny, man. You were the first person I talked to about this game because I swear to myself that day never happened. Because the pain I was in and that crushing loss, I was like, never happened. Like my uncle was here last night and he was started to talk about it. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Because he was here that night.
It was no joke, dude. Tim looked like the blockheads from Gumby. Like the whole side of his face was all over here. I was like, yo, are you okay? Yeah, it was not a good look.
And he lost, man. I know, dude. Now, and I'm not trying to make fun. I was just wanting to give you respect and say it was a great game, man, because it was.
Well, if you were a Cowboys fan, you'd be fucking trolling me the whole time. So I respect that shit.
That was going to be my guess when he's like, yo, the worst fans we've ever had. I wanted like Dallas. And he goes, Cincinnati. I'm like, wait, what? It's not Dallas.
Dude.
Well, Cincinnati's problem is they've been shitty for so long. Now that they're good, they want to talk shit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, they are Raiders fans, because the Chiefs Raiders rivalry goes back decades. That's legendary hate, generational hate. So
and
there's
like, some scumbags over there.
Yeah, kind of like you guys with the Cowboys. I mean, it's like death.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you cheer someone getting their career ended because he got hit and his neck's fucked up, you're a scumbag.
You're a piece of shit.
I don't know if I told this story with Lance, but the last time I went to a Birds game, we were my father-in-law got us tickets. We were like 6 rows off the field. And behind us are these 2 stereotypical Philly jabroni fans, right? The Kelly Green jerseys, the whole 9. They brought their own hoagies to eat. At one point, one of the Phillies linemen gets hurt. And he's like lying on the field, and they bring the card out, and like the medics are looking at him. And this guy, he's a Philly player, and he's hurt. The one guy behind me stands up and yells, "Get somebody out there that wants to play." And I'm like, yo, the guy is hurt, and they're heckling their own team member. And then the guy next to him is yelling, "Dig a hole and bury him." I'm like, oh my god,
they don't give a fuck, dude.
That's fucking Philly fans, bro.
Room.
Y'all are brutal.
Yeah, we are, man.
A tough room. All right, well. We're quickly hitting an hour, and I want to be cognizant of your time, Lance. So we're going to put a link to Gurney in the show notes. But aside from the stuff I can find on Bandcamp, if other people want to check out your stuff, come find you. Where do they go?
Gurney.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, the usual stuff. I don't deal with any of that stuff. Some other guys in the band do, but it's there. And that's it for now. We don't have like an official website yet, but it's Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram. We may have a Twitter. They can look it up. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
Let me ask you this though before we go.
Yeah.
Did you see any like spike in numbers in like your streaming for the Down the Sun stuff after the episode though?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome.
Great
good. Yeah,
my measly royalty checks were a few cents higher, and
nice.
But no, dude, I totally appreciate it, and hopefully this one will do as well. And
definitely,
man, if these guys are asking whatever questions they have, be sure and we can do it again. I'll answer questions, but I'm kind of hoping that not to bury Down the Sun, because it'll never go away, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was a thing at a point in time. Now you're moving on doing something else, and it's great to appreciate. But yeah, life is always moving forward. Yep.
But I understand the mystique around Down the Sun, and there's still a lot of unanswered questions, but I kind of like it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it adds
mysterious.
To it. Yeah, it adds to it. Awesome. Right. Well, I want to thank, on behalf of me and Tim and all the listeners, Lance, I want to thank you for coming on again. On behalf of Lance, myself, and Tim, I want to thank all of you listeners for tuning in, listening, watching once again. NewBreed_podcast at Twitter and Instagram, newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook in the Facebook group. Find us on r/newmetal. So until next time, this is New Breed Podcast saying peace.
Later.